Hi all, welcome to this video. In it, we're going to go from our current WordPress site that we made in the previous video to accessing the dashboard and looking at some of the different features in the dashboard. So to begin, I again have my WordPress site up. It's not looking too spiffy yet, but we're going to begin working on that. So the first thing we need to do is to go to our dashboard. The way we do that is we go up to the URL, and I'm just going to simply put hp-admin, or hp/admin, and then I get to my login page. Here, I'm going to go ahead and sign in using my username or email address and password. We already created that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So once I'm in my dashboard, this is my back end. The first thing I like to do is I'd like to open up another tab with my actual WordPress site in it. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go up here and it says visit site. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go open link in new tab. This is then going to open up my WordPress site that the world sees on this tab. And on this one over here, it's going to keep me in the back end. The reason I like to do this, and I think this is good practice, is because as I update my WordPress site on the back end, I can see how that change is then reflected on the front end. And we'll look at that in future videos. Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at some of the different components of our WordPress dashboard. Now, first off, this is our basic information right here. And we can see some information about our site. So we have one post, we have one page, we have one comment. We can see our recently posted information and various other things such as WordPress events near me. All right, so moving on past that, I like to kind of dismiss this stuff. I like to keep my WordPress backend as clean as possible. But let's get into some of the other features. So first off is I have my posts and I have my pages. Both of these are similar in functionality. The difference between a post and a page is that a page is more permanent. It's more static. It doesn't change that much. So for example, if you have a description of information that is stagnant, such as your About Me section of a web page or a history about your venture perhaps, that would go under pages. Now posts, on the other hand, would be more like blog posts or product reviews or information that you continually add to your website. Now let's go ahead and click a post, and it's taking me to this. So I have my hello world here. And let's say I want to add a new post. I would just come up here, I would go add my new post, and I get kind of a welcome issue. And I would title my new post, example post, and I can type my information, type information here. When I'm done, I'm going to hit publish, and then hit publish again. And now this is actually live. And I can go ahead and I can click this, open link in new tab. I never like to close out my dashboard. And I can see my example post, right? And you can see where it is. / P equals 6, and we can fix that up in future videos. But that's how we add a post very simply. Now, if we go back to a page, we can see in the page, it's also very simple. We're just going to click add new, and we have the same setup. Example, page. Here is an example of a page, smiley face, publish, and our page is up. So we can go open link, new tab, and there's our page. Look at that, even turn our smiley face into an emoticon. How nice. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to exit both of these. And then as I continue to come down, I'm going to skip over my comments, but the appearance is very important. So as I'm hovering over appearance, I see a couple different items that I want to point out. The first is themes, all right? And what themes are they're the templates that we can actually start to build our WordPress site in. So in a future video, we'll go over to themes more, but essentially if we want to reformat our WordPress so it looks like this, we would choose this theme by clicking activate. Again, I'll go over themes more in a future video. In addition, we have the customize. The customize is once we have our theme, then we start to edit the content in our theme. And the same with widgets, and the same with menus, and the same with theme editor. Some of the theme editor options are advanced. Finally, we have the plugins, and the plugins are really what sets WordPress apart. So if we actually go to the add new here, you can see a whole bunch of different plugins that exist, and we can click, those are just the featured ones, and we can click the popular ones, and you can see there's dozens and hundreds of these plugins. You'll get to know them well over time, but this is where they exist, and we can hit our search for plugins here. Now, outside of that, there's just one other thing I wanted to share with you, which is over here, and we can actually see our profile, right? So if I'm going to come down here, you can see my name. This is my username, and I can hit edit my profile. And I can have some different options in here. The reason why I wanted to share my edit the profile is because I can actually input some information about myself. If I need a new password, it's here. If I want to upload my picture, it's here. So it's useful to know that this is where those options exist. They're under the profile icon. Also, this is where the logout button is, which is also useful. All right, so that's going to be our quick overview of just the WordPress dashboard. Again, there's a lot more functionalities that we're going to get into. This was just an overview to get us going. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. Have a great day. Cheers.